Welcome to my kitchen. My name's Deborah Anzinger and I'm a professional home economist living in Edmonton, Alberta, isolating the same as you are. Today I was doing a yoga class from somebody who did yoga classes at the YMCA, and I thought, what could I do? Well, I'm going to do some simple recipes that you could do with your family. So today I'm going to make a really simple vegetable chicken creamy curry, and I'm going to show you how to put that together easily for your family. So I've got a pot of brown rice back here cooking, and brown rice is simple. It's 1 cup of brown rice to 2 cups of water. You just rinse your rice off, put it in your pot, add a teaspoon of butter and about half a teaspoon of salt, bring it up to a boil. As soon as it starts boiling, turn it right down to a simmer, put the lid on and leave it for about 40 minutes, and your rice is done. Now we're going to go on to the vegetable curry. So today I'm going to make a chicken curry, and I had some frozen chicken breasts in the freezer. So I took those out and chopped them up when they were still a little bit frozen. You can chop them up a lot easier then. And then I browned them in my pot here in a little bit of oil and butter, about equal parts. I browned them up over medium-high heat, then put them aside in a bowl. Now if you wanted to do just vegetable curry, that would be great. You could add some potatoes to it, some sweet potatoes, some squash, and you'd have a wonderful meal. And then I might put a little chopped nuts on it at the end just to up the protein a bit. I'm going to start by putting in my pan, which is now on about between a medium and a simmer, medium-low. And I'm going to add some onions that I've chopped up and just start those browning. You can put any vegetables you want in your curry, whatever you have in your fridge. We're trying to go out and shop just once a week. So today I had carrots, I had lots of onions, and I had some red peppers, and I also had a whole cauliflower. I cut my cauliflower up and I browned it up a little bit to start with. You don't have to do that. To my onions that I've got at about medium here, and I just have a little oil in the bottom of my pan. It's nice and dark brown in the bottom of that pan from doing my chicken, and I'm for sure leaving that in there and putting the vegetables in the same pan because I'm going to bring all that flavor up from browning the chicken. Now I'm adding some chopped carrots, and then I'm going to put in some just roughly chopped red peppers. These are sweet red peppers. So I'm just going to mix this around a little bit, get it a little bit browning. And this is a pot of curry that can sit for a little while too, depending on how soft you want your vegetables. The chicken is already cooked, and I do like to make it up a little bit ahead of time so that it's sitting there and I can relax, maybe have a glass of wine with my husband and my kids before we eat. So that is just starting to brown really nicely now. And then I'm going to add a little bit of flavor in there. So what I've done here is I put a little bit of salt on my board, and then I chopped up some garlic, a little piece of fresh turmeric that I had in the fridge, and my salt. I chopped that all up together. And over here is a little bit of green herb. It's called lovage, and it grows to be really big. Mine's about 4 or 5 years old in my yard. And I grow it all summer, and then I take it off in the fall and just put it in a Ziploc bag, and I just pull it out by the handful, and it's a lovely celery flavor. So I'm going to add that into my curry too. Now of course you may not have lovage right now, but any herb that you have at home would be fine, and if you don't have one, that's fine too. Now you can hear everything coming together here. And browning up. Now what I'm going to do is add a little liquid here. So I could put in a little bit of stock. You could have a stock from a box, and that would be fine. I'm going to put about a cup to a cup and a half, depending on how many vegetables you have and how big of a pot you're going to make. I'm not going to open a box of stock. Instead, I'm going to put about a cup of white wine in there, and then my husband and I will finish it off afterwards. Or at least a glass, maybe not finish it off. So I'm going to put about a cup in there and bring that up, heating it up nicely. And then I'm just going to give a nice good little push on the bottom of my pot to get all those great little brown bits off from when I was searing my chicken. And that just is gonna add so much great flavor to this vegetable curry. Now I have my chicken, and I had about 6 to 8 breasts, just depending on how big a family you have, if you want to have leftovers for lunch the next day, or if you want to put some in the freezer for another day when you don't feel like cooking and you want to just bring out a nice curry dish that was homemade and you don't have to do any more work for it. So I've got that in there. I'm going to give it a great little stir around. Lost a little carrot, that's okay. So all those flavors are going to start coming together, and then just to round it out with lots of vegetables, I have a whole cauliflower here that I just washed and chopped up and then added a little bit of oil to it. I put a little salt on the top of it, and I put it in a hot oven, about 400 degrees, for about 20 minutes to 30 minutes until it starts to brown on the top. So I'm going to add that to our vegetable curry, our chicken vegetable curry. And give it a nice stir all together. Now I haven't actually put the curry in here yet. I have all those great flavor enhancers. So now I'm going to put my curry in. And this of course is just, depends on how hot your curry is. Some of them come very hot. You can make your own curry. We could talk about that at another time. I'm going to put about 2 heaping tablespoons of this curry in here. And mix that around. Put the wine up and bring all my vegetables and my chicken. And that's pretty much all you have to do. Now I'm going to put the lid on here and let it cook away. I'm going to turn it right down low now and let it cook away for, it really only needs about 10-15 minutes for all those flavors to come together. And then when I want to serve it, I am going to put about a cup of yogurt in. This is just plain yogurt. You could also use sour cream, and that just makes it creamy, so it gives you that creamy curry flavor. Again, that's just a really simple dinner that you can make with your kids and your spouse, and pull it together and have a lovely meal for the family. So all the best from Edmonton. I'm Deborah Ansinger.